Okay, so you've got me, Andy here, we've got George, and we've got Stu, our camera guy, and we're about to go across the Old Vic and go ghost hunting. George, I've brought a pen and paper. Can you just draw for me what you think a ghost looks like?
Okay.
And also write down the number of who you're going to call.
Yeah, Ghostbusters. So just after have you actually seen? Have you ever seen a ghost before, George?
Apparently I have, yes, when I was little, but...
all right, explain, just while you're drawing.
My mum was giving me a bath when I was about...
17.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, Mum, who's the man in the grey jumper?" She didn't think anything of it. I'm just drawing here. And but she mentioned it to our next door neighbour, who said, "Oh, funnily enough, your house used to be flats, and the guy who lived in the upstairs bit always used to wear a grey jumper, and he died in the bathroom." That's what I think a ghost looks like.
Is that hold it to the cat? Is that in any way what the man in the grey looked like? Can you explain the legs? What are those things on the bottom?
That's his feet.
Slippers. Andy, who's the main tech guy for the Ghost Challenges. Andy, tell us about what you're going to be doing. What's your gear?
I've got EMF meter. That's going to give me a base reading for electromagnetic field.
This looks like one of you can buy. Should we step forwards a little bit here?
Yeah, a little bit.
Come forwards this way. In fact, there's the light there. Is
There
that a
we
bit better?
go. That's better.
This looks like you can buy a big remote for your nan that does telly and video. It's one of those. But what does the EMF thing do?
Electromagnetic fields. It's given off by electrical objects, and also it's thought that paranormal activity does create a field before anything happens.
And then the other thing, what's the other one?
That's just for temperature, audio, light, humidity, all the other readings really that you would expect to change when something's going to happen.
So you're going to do a little tour around the Old Vic now, and we're going to look for disturbances in the atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean the idea is you know what the readings you get in an area. If they start spiking, then you look for whatever's causing that.
Wicked. Push George in, slam the door and run, I reckon.
So we're looking for the most haunted place, and then we're going to put me in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for
That's
that.
great. We're in the rehearsal room of the Old Vic. So far, George, have you found any strange happenings, any weird experiences? You've been okay so far?
I'm nervous, but I'm okay so far.
I'm feeling quite nervous actually. It's really weird. It's really dark little corridors. It's like a little rabbit warren in here, and you get the sense that the darkness is kind of encroaching in on you. Andy here is going to do some calling out now, which is what happens is he reads the EMF meter to see what the levels are like in terms of cold chills in the air and all this kind of stuff, and he's going to entice a spirit out to see if he gets any change in his readings. So Andy, take it away.
Okay, if there's anybody here who would like to let themselves be known, please make a noise, show that you're here. If you are interested in what we're looking for, if you want to show that you actually you are here, you want to let yourself be known, now's your opportunity. Let us know. If you could make a noise, that would be fantastic.
Right, so we're in the very bowels of the Bristol Old Vic Theatre. We've had a really good look around and slowly being freaked out as we've gone. We're now joined by Kim Scudamore, who's a psychic, who, well basically you're taking some of the environment to start with, and what can you sense at the moment then, Kim?
Currently, I'll be honest, I'm not sensing anything at the moment. But this area is particularly active, or it has been, I've felt things here before, but I'm not currently feeling anything right now.
So when you do say you feel something or you see something, how does something like that appear to you?
I kind of get it like, I get a picture in my mind. I don't actually feel anything necessarily, or I haven't done on any of the, any of the visuals that we've done, but it's just something kind of appears to me like a picture or, in my mind really, or a feeling. It's hard to explain.
So we're going to do a little bit of an experiment. We've got our newsreader George Painter here. There he is, bless him. And what we're going to do is, you had a look at this earlier on, George is going to go into what used to be someone's office years and years and years ago. Is that right? Do you know the history of this little room?
I don't, not really, no. I think it was somebody's office, yeah, but it's supposed to be one of the most haunted places in the building.
God,
so,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Great.
It's supposed to be one of the scariest areas.
And on the monitor here, then we can see George with the night vision cameras. So what are you going to do whilst George is in there, Kim, to try and help bring on the spirits?
We'll call out and ask if there's anybody in there, if they can maybe touch
Thanks,
you or
Kim.
Yeah, they can touch you, that'd be good.
breathe on you or something.
Yeah.
And just see what happens really. Just see what comes about.
I noticed some strange temperature fluctuations.
Yeah, it is quite hot. Actually, I was just going to say that. Here it's particularly hot. We've gone through there, but there may be a draft coming through from somewhere, I don't know. But it feels a lot warmer here than it did up there.
Oh, he looks a bit worried.
Yeah.
How does it feel in there, George?
It's not good.
What's the temperature like?
It feels weirdly warm actually. I wasn't expecting it, so I've got the lamp in here, so it should be cold, but it feels like really warm.
It is quite warm actually. It's warm out here as well.
It is quite warm, yeah.
So you're in one of the most haunted parts of the Old Vic. Does it feel oppressive? Can you feel any kind of fluctuations or changes in the temperature or atmosphere?
It sounds very odd, but it feels like the darkness is getting darker. If that makes any sense.
That does make sense, George, yeah. That's a common thing. That can be because you're in the dark room and it can be easily explained, and you do feel that. Do you feel anything near you at all though? Do you feel...
No, I just feel like when I got in here it wasn't as dark as it is now, if that makes any sense, and it's almost like the dark is coming towards me.
It's feeling quite hot actually.
Yeah, it
Quite
is.
hot. Yeah.
Wow, look at the interference on the camera on George there.
My ears just popped.
Did they?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was a lot, wasn't it?
We're getting a lot. I mean, that usually would mean there's movement within the room.
Yeah.
I mean, if George was like moving around a lot, then you would kind of get that with that camera.
Are you moving your feet or anything, George?
No, I'm dead still.
Okay. Dead still. Oh.
There does seem to be movement in there.
Yeah, it does.
Like a press, like something pushing down my arm.
Do you?
Really? Which arm? Left or right?
Both of them. Almost like someone's like pushing down on my shoulders.
Blimey.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
Not feeling unwell or anything?
So what, you've got pressure on your shoulders, it's getting a lot of interference here as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty dark here, but we've got Kim the psychic here, we've got Rich, the guy who runs Ghost Challenges, and we've got George who's just been in the little dark room. Rich, you've got a bit of an explanation for George?
It's quite interesting within that room because actually that is allegedly Sarah McCready's office, and I've spoke to a few of the guys earlier on, and they said that whenever they felt Sarah McCready nearby, they've had a feeling of oppression. So that is quite interesting that you had that feeling.
Yeah, very brave to go in there. You've literally been in the office of the woman who actually haunts this theatre.
And I still feel a bit, I don't know whether I'm just imagining it, but I still feel a bit like someone's pushing down on me. A bit weird.
But we're having a film on our phone now because the video camera completely stopped working when you went in there. So that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, that was, I'm a bit of a skeptic, but that was unusual.